Welcome to Comprehensive Code YouTube channel. Today we'll be solving Leetcode 443. Let's read the question first. Given an array of character chars, compress it using the following algorithm. Begin with an empty string s. For each group of consecutive repeating characters in chars, if the group's length is 1, append the character to s. Otherwise, append the character followed by group's length. The compressed string s should not be returned separately, but instead be stored in the input character array chars. Note that the group lengths that are 10 or longer will be split into multiple character in chars. After you are done modifying the input array, return the new length of array. Let's see this example. So we have input AA, BB, CCC. So A are repeated twice, so it should be A2. B are repeated twice here, it should be B2. C is repeated 3 times, so it should be C3. That's why you see in the output A is 2, B is 2, and C is 3. And the length of the output array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is basically 6. So we return 6 in the answer. Alright, let's see how we can solve this and go through the approach. Okay, we'll start with left and right pointer, which will initially be at index 0, and also will maintain an index which is initially at 0th position. We'll add characters in this index as we move through, and the basic idea here is to move this right pointer until a point where these characters at left pointer and right pointer are same. And if we find the character at right pointer and character at left pointer different, then there is where we see there are repeating characters of length right minus left. For example, if we go right here, these are same, we increase right. If we are here, right is at 2 and then left is at 0, but these characters are different, so we have repeating characters in between. That means we have 2 minus 0 is 2 characters in between, and now we have 2 characters in between. What we can do is we can add the character that is at left pointer to the place where this index points in this character array and add that in here. So for example, we can add A here. Okay, and then since we have 2 here, we have to add 2 here, right? Because the repeating character count is 2. Okay, let's go through this. It will be very clear when we walk through this. Okay, so as we said, we'll move right pointer. These characters are same, we still move right pointer. These characters are different in the left and right. I said, like, when these characters are different, we maintain a count. Okay, we maintain a count, which is basically right minus left. Right is at 2, left is at 0, so 2 minus 0 is 2, and we represent this 2 as string 2 because we have to add, like for example, if we have 2 digits, we have to add 2 in one index and then 1 in separate index. If we represent this in string, we can just iterate through this count string and add those as we move forward in the character array. If it is not clear now, it will be clear when we walk through. Okay, so now at this point we have to add the character that is at left position to the point where this index points in the character array. For example, in this case, we'll add A here. Okay, like this, and then once we add A here, we have to add this 2, so we have to move this index. Okay, now the index is moved there and we add 2. Okay, now we have to move this left pointer to the pointer where this right points. Okay, we are there now, and we also have to move this index here so that we can add another character we need column later. Okay, So like this. And now we repeat the process again, what we have done so far. So we'll increase the right pointer, okay, and these characters are same, so we increase the right pointer again, but these characters are different, so we need to build the count again. Okay, so the count is 4 minus 2, which is 2, and that is represented as string in 2. Now we add the character at left position to the character array where this index is pointing. Okay, so basically, oops, sorry, this one. Okay, and then we move this index to another one, and then we add 2 because we have count as 2. Okay, so now we move this left pointer to the place where this right pointer is pointing. Left is there. We increase the index again. Index is there, and then we repeat the same process again. So we move the right here. These two characters are same, so we move right again. This character and this character are same, so we move the right pointer again. But at this point the right pointer is out of bound, so we have to compute the count again. The count is right is at 6 plus 1 7, and 7 minus left is at 4, which is 3. It is represented as 3 in the string. Now we have to add this character C in this index. Okay, so that is added there, and then we have to increase this index, and now we have to add this 3 in this position. Okay, at this point we are basically done processing this string, but we still have one space left here. What are we gonna do with this space? This space, the space that are remaining in the character array, we have to pop those because it is not used anymore. So basically the index is there. Now we pop the element at this index. Okay, like that. And finally we have the answer as A2, A2, B2, B2, C3, which is the compressed version of this string, and the length is of length 6 1 2 3 4 5 6, which is basically represented by this index, and we can just return this index at the very last. With that, let's go and look into the code. Okay, as I have seen in the diagram illustration, so we initialize index left and right pointer to 0, and we move the right pointer until the last index of this character array, and we move the right pointer up until when this character at left pointer and character at right pointer are same. We increase the right pointer, and we find the count, which is basically right minus left, which I have illustrated in the diagram before, and we add the character at the left in the point where this index is pointing at that character array. Okay, so that is basically we done. And now what I have said is, if the count is greater than 1, we'll convert this count to a string, and we'll iterate through all the character in that string count, and then increase that index so that we can add the count in another index in character array. Okay, at last, after doing this, what we saw in the diagram was we'll move that left pointer to the pointer where right is pointing in the character array. We are doing that here, and then we are also increasing the index by 1. At last, when we are finished processing all these characters in the character array, we'll be left with some positions where the character array can be popped out or emptied. So we'll go through length of characters minus index, and so basically like the remaining portion where the character array is unoccupied, we'll go through all of those places or elements. We pop those, we don't need those characters at all, and at last we return the index, which is basically the length of the character array or compressed string. Okay, so basically this is the length of the compressed string. Okay, I hope this is clear now. If you have some confusions, just let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please do like and please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want to grow this channel a lot, and hopefully we will meet in the future soon.